Well, hi once again, everybody. On behalf of CueSports International and Bad Boys Billiard Productions, we'd like to welcome you to the semifinals of the 21st U.S. Bar Table 10-Ball Championship. As you can see in front of you, you have Warren Kiamco and Jayson Shaw. This is 1 race to 7 for the right to play in the championship match against Shane Van Boening. And that's going to come up right after this match, roughly 4 p.m. Pacific time. Warren's been waiting since yesterday when he lost the hot seat match to Shane. He hasn't played 10 ball since yesterday afternoon. And Jayson's been rocking and rolling all along all morning here. He's played 3 10-ball matches, the last 2 here on the TV table, where he took care of Darren Appleton and Jason Klatt. And he's one short win away from getting a shot at the South Dakota kid. I also like to take this opportunity to say a special thank you to our industry partners here who have assisted in the sponsorship of this great event. The Billiard Education Foundation, OBQs, AZ Billiards, Simonis, Diamond Billiard Products, the Magic Rack, Kamui, and Predator, and our newest partner from about 1.5 years ago, and we're really happy with our relationship with Cyclop Pool Balls. So here we go, first rack, Warren breaking. This is a race to 7, as all races will be. And a dry break, and that is not something you want to do in an alternate break format against a player of Jayson Shaw's ability. So each man here in this match is assured of $1,500. And whoever wins this match will be assured a minimum of $2,300. And Shane's already got that locked up because he can do no worse than second. But first place is $4,250, so it's going to be a couple of $1,000s at stake here when we get to the finals. 9-ball division got underway about 1 o'clock today. Approximately 150 players in the men's 9-ball division. Sorry I don't have a number yet for the women's 9-ball, but when I do that I'll pass it along to you. But it's still 10-ball today, and we're going to crown a champion here probably somewhere between 5:30 and 6 o'clock. Now, do keep in mind that whichever of these 2 gentlemen advance to the final, they've got to win 2 sets against Shane Van Boening. And no one's even been able to win 1 so far. So it's going to take a Herculean effort for someone to prevent Shane from winning his 4th U.S. Bar Table 10-ball championships in 6 years. He's played in 5 of them. He's won 3. That's on the 10-ball side. He's also got a couple of 9-balls and all-arounds. But the interesting thing is that Shane, who is most known for his 8-ball bar table game, has never won the 8-ball division here. And I know he would dearly like to complete the trifecta. But that's coming up later in the week. Right now, his focus will be on bringing the 4th 10-ball title home to Sioux Falls. Would like to express on behalf of the TAR team here, Justin, Tim, Andy, and myself, just how much your support has meant to us over all the years. And your loyalty has not gone unnoticed or unappreciated, everybody. And I know they've all shared a little bit of sadness with everyone in the industry because TAR had to conclude their studio matches with the Shane Efron TAR 39 there last month. And all of your kind words on AZ and your texts and emails to Justin really meant a lot. So you're still part of the TAR family and always will be. And hopefully there'll be a way down the road to maybe keep TAR in the picture. All right, Jayson breaking rack 2. Not much to look at here. He might want to shoot a 1-3 billiard in the side. It's hard to tell if that lays good or not. He's looking at it because he will get a shot on the 1 should he do that. Now he's called safe. Nice two-rail kick there by Warren. The 1-3 was wired, but he still had to hit it good, and he did. And you can't fault Jayson's safety. I mean, you know, he's not planning for that thing to get lined up the way it did. But that stuff happens, and Warren was able to take advantage of it, keep himself alive here in this rack, and try to pull even. And a very nice out by the Warrior, Warren Kiamco from Alabang in the Republic of the Philippines. Warren's name appears on our Plaque of Champions trophy here several times. He was the 07 8-ball champion, US Bar. He's twice a 9-ball champion, and he's twice an all-around champion. So 5 times they've got his name etched on the hardware here at the US Bar. And I wouldn't be surprised to see it go up there a few more times before it's all said and done. Well, it was all looking good there till the 9 bumped the cue ball, and no shot on the 1. It's going to have to push. Not a lot of good places to push here. Probably, he was looking to push for a jump shot there just by that diamond. Jayson's been death with his jump cue. He made I think he had 4 jump attempts and made 3 of them, and came real close on the other one in the last couple of matches. And some of them were pretty lengthy as well. But it looks like Warren, maybe he's going to jump it right now because he's afraid to give Jayson the opportunity to do so. The rest of the balls all go. I mean, the 1 ball is really the key to this rack here. The 4 will be next. You can see clearly the 5 goes. The 6 goes easily in the side where the 9 is. But he's got to get this up quickly. One advantage he will have is that he'll be bridging off the rail, which will give him a little extra elevation on the cue ball. Certainly not the result he was hoping for. And that's probably, in all likelihood, going to cost him the rack. It's supposed to anyway. I mean, but we've seen a few examples today where with ball in hand, a player didn't get out. We saw Jayson Klatt at a very key moment in the last match with the ball in hand on the 1, got out of line on the 2, and wound up losing the game. But I don't think that's going to happen to Old Eagle Eye here. Doesn't take long for this man to make 8 or 9 balls, that's for sure. So 2 games to 1, Jayson Shaw to break. Now, once we finish the 10-ball final, which is scheduled for 4 o'clock, however long it takes, I believe that will be our last stream match of the day. I don't know if there's any plan for 9-ball after that. I kind of don't think so, but I'll check with Justin and let you know that before we get to the end of the finals. And then tomorrow will be 9-ball all day. Just rolled up, married the cue ball there, and I don't think he's got any play on it here other than a safety. I'd like to just thin it and maybe use the, come up here behind the, well, I don't know, is he coming behind the 3? Kind of what I thought, but didn't get there, and Warren actually has a nice straight back on this because the 6 ball is making that pocket pretty huge, and he'll have natural shape on the 3 if he does choose to bank this straight back. And that's what he's indicated. Natural 2-rail shape. And he can make the 3 ball. If you'll notice, Warren has a style similar, I guess I could say it the other way just because of who's the eldest, but he has a very similar look about his stroke to Carlo Viado, where the elbow is bent more than 45 degrees with his grip hand at address, where the conventional way is 90. So there's a lot of similarities in their stroking styles. They actually even look a little bit alike. Look at this shot. How nice was that? No excessive movements at all by Warren. The only thing that moves is the cue stick. Keeps his body and head very, very still throughout the shot. Follows through beautifully. And after 4 games, 2-2. You can kind of see in the background of the camera shot here, all the balls moving around on all the tables. Every table, there's 40 tables here, 40 bar boxes, and they're all in use right now for 9-ball. Off to the far right of your screen is where the 9-footers are, where the 1 pocket is being played. There are 9 9-foot tables here as well, in addition to the 40 bar boxes. And we will have a 9-footer moved in here on Friday, so you'll be able to see the 1 pocket semis and the finals at a time to be announced. But that will be on Friday. Four ball, 3 ball. And this looks really appetizing right here. It's got a nice little angle on the 1 where you can follow it with inside 2 rails at the 2 ball. He made the 3, he made the 4, so the 5 will be next, and it looks like a stop shot on the 2 will ideally put him in position to go from the 5 to the 6. It's such a soft touch, but he gets a lot out of the cue ball when he needs to. And just like that, we're going to have a new leader. Warren, having won the all-important lag, will be breaking in the odd-numbered games. So Jayson's going to need some kind of a turnover or an unforced error or something on Warren's part, assuming Jayson can win on his break. That's the only way he's going to be able to win the match. All disciplines here are alternate break. 9-ball as well. 8-ball, 9-ball, 10-ball. It's all alternate break. The men are racing to 9 in 9-ball. The women are racing to 7 in 9-ball. He got a bit of a long shot here on the 1, but he can see it, he can make it, and he's probably got to play for the 2-8. Well, he's going to bank the 2, I guess. I guess he was actually trying to get between the 2 and the 8 to play the 2 upstream, but he is going to bank it. And he has to miss the 8-ball and come 2 rails at the 4. Beautiful. Beautiful speed. Nice left-handed, so he may have to go behind his back here, or, well, I guess he can reach it, being as tall as he is. He's worried about the 8-ball if he tries to punch it 2 rails. And if he just rolls it soft and cuts the 4 up the corner, then he's got to deal with the 6. I'm a little surprised that he took that risk. But that's how he plays. He's a very, very aggressive player. Warren's got to jump this, play the 8-ball. Looked like he kind of maybe just backed off on it just a touch. Not that it was an easy shot. But he's going to pay for it. So back and forth we go. You could tell by the sound of that hit that it wasn't very square or very good. If the side wasn't there, I think the cue ball would have just jumped right off the table. It was bouncing when it bounced into the side. And a wide open rack here for Eagle Eye. This is just all cue ball control for this rack. Every ball goes. No clusters, nothing's on the rail. Yeah, just 3 to the 4. You want to be close to the 4. Somewhere in the vicinity of the head string, maybe not quite that far, but that's kind of the target line. About as deep as the cue ball is now, and maybe a foot to the left. I mean, even if he was near the green 6 on the left, that would be okay too. But you want to be fairly close to the 4. That's all right. Just take care to maintain the angle on the 6 so you can float for the 7 in the side. Straight in on the 7 in the side is what he wants to do. Came a little short. He may have to just float this to the cushion and play the 8 in the other corner. And both men are doing what they're supposed to do. Getting out when they have the opportunity. But Warren is now down a service break, so to speak. So Jayson, in order to maintain the advantage he has, he needs to win this rack on his break. And if he does that, he'll have to hold serve only twice to get to the finals. I always find that in these races to 7, you know, with the 3-3, 4-3 mark, that's when the entire match will either continue as it's gone or some really strange stuff can start to happen. But this is a very critical time for both players here. There's so much at stake. Oh, we got a friendly tap off the 6. And this is laying nice. The 4 looks a little bit tough, but the 3 is in a good spot to get him there, and he'll just need to be off the cushion enough where he can slide over for the 5. Jayson asked me to clean the 2 ball because right at the point of contact, it had a big black mark on it from the pocket. The Cyclop balls do not mark up very much at all on the diamond tables. And of course, the diamond made a change, I think, a year or 2 ago about how they treated the pockets to prevent that, and it's been a big improvement. But it just happened to be right at the point where he was going to have the cue ball hit, and he's well within his rights to ask for it to be cleaned at any time. He also knows how important this game is, too. Five to 3 in favor of the Glasgow gunslinger, Jayson Shaw. This is real close if he can see the 2. I don't think he can by the expression on his face. The 2 actually may even be a little too far off the rail for rail first from the short rail. So close yet so far. I mean, if that cue ball's an inch or 2 to the left, he's got a real good chance to run the rack. Now he's got to play a really good safe, or he's got to risk trying to make this. Just going to cross it and go behind the 3. Oh, he hit it bad. Even left-handed, I don't know if Jayson wants to risk cutting this in. He may try to kick it in, but I don't see him trying to cut it in because the cue ball is going to come flying off of there. He knows that too. Plus, you got to get your Q-tip out of the way in a hurry, and he'd be shooting a little bit over the ball, but yeah, he can't afford to cut at this. Two-rail kick will give him good shape on the 3, though. He doesn't want to hit the 2 full first. He wants to hit the bottom rail and then the 2. Very well executed there. Merely a stop shot here. Excuse me, folks. Beautiful touch. And to the top of the mountain goes Jayson Shaw. And he is breaking for the right to play for the championship. All right, you don't want to get too excited here and overcook this. So just same as always. 4 in the corner. Nice look at the 1. The 6 has just a little bit of the pocket block, but it does go. He's going to have to come with like center right here, over and back to get to the 2 ball. And he's going to have to play a 2-7 unless he has some other creativity in mind. He actually could, he could play the 1 off the cushion, off the 6, which would give him a different cue ball angle if he wanted to try to somehow separate the 2 and the 7. That's what he did. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, what a cold, brutal roll that is. Hardest game to win, the first one and the last one. And there's no way that you can, you know, plan to avoid something like that happening. He hit that 1 ball very well. Now, whether he would have had a good shot on the 2 or the 2-6, we don't know. But anything's better than giving your opponent the white ball. Warren's got a decision to make here, too. Does he play the combination, or does he try to 3-foul him? Awful hard to 3-foul someone on a bar table. But if he plays a combination, he's going to have to probably hit it with a little oomph to get the 2 out of there. Not an easy decision here for Warren. A lot of times when you're back and forth with this, you wind up going back to your first instinct. It's usually the best thing. Is he playing the 3 or is he playing safe? He's playing the 3, I guess. That was the risk there, was controlling the 2 ball because the 10 was going to stop the cue ball. Now he's in a bit of a bind because he's going to have to just squeeze this by the 7 cross corner. And he's done so. Good shot, Warren. This is a hard guy to put away. I mean, Jayson got a pretty cruel kiss on that scratch there when he played the 1, but he knows he has an opponent that's capable of still taking the next 3 racks. So Jayson will surely have minimum 1 more opportunity. And possibly 2 should it go to the hill. Nothing wrong with that. He's going to have to put a good stroke on this deuce, though, because it doesn't look like he can go forward without running into the 5 or heading towards the corner pocket. You have to hit this with a good low left shot. Doesn't like the angle because he doesn't have one. 5 only goes to his right. He does not want to play a 5-10. He may be forced to, or draw it all the way back to the short rail and play the 5 up table. I don't think he's got any way to get to the left of the 5 ball. I think that was the smart shot. He's still got to play it in the corner, though, or he's got to play a combination. Neither shot is easy. He's playing 5 in the corner, and that's the right shot. Just draw into the 10 and stay right there. Where the 10 couldn't have gotten in a better place as far as where the 9 was. Because now he doesn't have to sweat anything but getting a shot of the 9. It's tightening up. Remember we said when it was 4-3 or 3-3, it was a point in the match where things could start to get a little bit squirrely. And that one ball that Jayson shot off the rail, off the object ball, trying to come back to open the 2-6, and then he got that bad kiss scratch. That's let Warren right back into the set. And the heat's all on Jayson now because he knows if he doesn't win this game, Warren will be breaking Hill. Excuse me. Couple of balls down. Nice open shot on the 1. Everything in the open. That's as good a break as you could ask for at this particular point in the match. Look at this. Just stop here, play the 3, float to the 4. What he has to be careful about is the angle on the 4, because he doesn't want to mess with the 10 coming to the 5. I think if he plays the 3 and doesn't go too far, he'll have the 4, and then he can come low right, 2 rails. Just going to have to maybe be careful of the 6 ball. Or can he go inside the 10? Yeah, no, that was the way to go. And he missed the 6. Still needs the proper angle on the 6 to get below the 9. Not ideal. Maybe he can draw it straight back to where he's standing and shoot the 9 in the upper right. No, he's not going to do that. What's going to happen here, folks? What's going to happen here? Oh my God. Need a little patience here. Is he going to play the 10 carom? Oh, he's not happy. You can tell. Just took a little bit less care from the 5 to the 6. Lost his angle. Wondering if he had it to do over again, at least shooting the 6, he might have just drawn the cue ball straight back to the cushion and shot the 9 in the right-hand corner. He's called a 10. This is to go to the finals, folks. It's not laying good. He might not be able to get the 9 thin enough. What a predicament to be in. I mean, you can taste the finals. Whatever you decide to do, don't rush it. Well, the picture tells the story. Look at Jayson. He knows he shot himself in the foot there. just a little too hasty from the 5 to the 6, because he could have aired on the side of the 6 by a foot and still had a better chance to get on the 9 than from where he wound up. And now are the pool gods going to continue to punish Jayson for that really bad mistake? Or are they going to reward him for what's otherwise been a well-played match and a well-played tournament? I told you, Warren's hard to kill, boy. Nothing ever rattles Warren Kiamco. In 25 years I've known the guy, I've rarely seen him show any kind of emotion while he's at the table, no matter what happens. So here we go to the finals. 1 rack. Well, he sure has nothing easy here to get started with, and the 5's covered by the 8. I think there's room maybe to get in there, and given where the 4 is, and the 2 will be gone, it may be a little bit easier, but this is the absolute key ball right here. Swish. I don't think Jayson's going to get out of his chair except to shake hands. Warren's been in these kind of situations many, many times over his career, and it's pretty unlikely he's going to do something uncharacteristic. The fortunate thing for Warren here is when he makes the 5, he doesn't have to do anything with the cue ball. The 7's right there. How'd he hit that? Stun run through from that distance at that critical time of the match. Three rails. This is going to be a really bitter pill for Jayson to swallow. I mean, he had this match sewn up on more than one occasion, but certainly in that last rack. It looks like we're going to have a finals rematch of the hot seat. Wow. What a tough way to go for Jayson Shaw. But Warren, they don't call him the Warrior for nothing. And he'll be back, we expect, at around 4 o'clock to play Shane Van Boening for the championship. Wow, I'm kind of stunned about what we just saw there. All right, folks, well, be back with us in about 30 minutes, and we will be crowning a champion in the next couple of hours. Thanks for being with us. You're watching the 2014 U.S. Bar Table Championships presented by CSI and Bad Boys. We'll be back shortly.